If you would like to find out how these two new sticker books from Live Love Posh look inside, stay tuned. What's up everyone, this is Priya here. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and if this is the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Here I share tips, ideas and inspiration to make your planner and journal spreads pretty and functional. So this is the latest package that I got, and as an affiliate I get to shop early. I know this is currently sold out, but there is a restock happening very soon. You might want to stay tuned to my channel, and also please make sure that you use my code Priya10 every time you shop Live Love Posh, and it is not applicable on bundles, posh sets or posh boxes, but the sticker books will be restocked. So let's get to these. So every time there is an order coming in, they include a card with gorgeous florals every time the design changes. So this is the latest one, and they also included 2 vinyl stickers, which always come in handy for me. I put it on my laptop, on my MacBook, my iPad and my phone and all that. So I love this one. If you do not know, I'm into all of these. So yeah, let's get to the sticker books now. And this, as you can see, these are quite chunky. So this is 61 pages each, and that's because each month of the year has 10 sheets. So each theme will have 10 sheets. So we will flip through all of these, and between these 2 sticker books you will have the whole year covered. And because I say 61, you must be wondering, that's again 6 months into 10, simple math, that's 60 sheets. But there is a quotes sheet at the very end, that's why it is 61 each. So let's get to the first book, which is starting in January. Let's go as the year, the Gregorian calendar goes. So this is, again, this is one of those animal print scenes, and you do have a good mix of the sizes and elements. So you have 2 sheets. So yeah, I love that, because I think, yeah, these would make perfect Dutch doors. Do you see that? Because the girl is sitting on this side, and yeah, I think these would make for the perfect Dutch doors. Even all of these elements can be combined, and you do have a good mix of sizes also. It's 2, 3, and you have some interesting pre-made clusters for you. This is the 4th sheet. So as you can see, this is already pre-made. This is 4 washi strips in all sorts of patterns, and even a decorative box. You could write on this, of course. The 5th sheet is entirely functional in perfect color coordinated pattern. Yeah, did I lost count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 2 sheets. 8. These are washi strips. How fun. 9. Wow, this is just cut in half. So you could have it vertically cut further down, or you can use it as such for decorative purposes. And the last sheet is again 2 half sheets, 2 different patterns. So lots and lots of possibilities with these. You can just mix and match it any way you want, along with alphas and numbers and everything you need. I love this new concept. So that is January. On to February now. And how pretty. Again, yes, the girls are perfectly symmetrical, which I love, because if you know, I love to keep my Dutch doors entirely symmetrical. So this is just perfect. How adorable. And the puppy, yeah. bigger floral clusters. Oh, I love that. The pink and the red with those polka dots. Wow. I can't wait to dive into this one. More functional ones. So this one, it's not as big as you think it is. So it's only this big. Alphas and numbers. So 2 sheets of that. Washi strips. Again, you have the slightly thicker one, the slightly thinner one, and this one is somewhere in between. And this one too. Now for the pattern paper. How adorable are these? So that's February. Now comes the March. We are looking at spring. Oh, I love that. All those bulbs. Absolutely lovely. The birdhouses and soft florals along with some clusters. Boxes, alphas and numbers, washi strips. So you have 2 of the full collection, so it is nice and plenty. And that's the next one. Pattern paper. Oh, I love that. The hydrangeas and the peonies and the hyacinth and the rose. All the seedlings, not the seedlings, the seeds. Yes. And on to April with some soft April, the Easter bunny and the Easter, the florals and everything. Yeah, the gardening also. That's really pretty. This would be entirely symmetrical if you put it back to back. That would be perfect. More florals, lovely colors. I love the combination here. Perfect for spring. On to the next one. And washi strips. How pretty is this? Ooh, wow, I love that. 2 sheets here. These ones are actually cut halfway through. I'm not sure if I showed that. Yeah. And this one is just 2 half sheets. You could always cut it down for sure. On to May. It's really pretty. I love these. Really. It's like a Mother's Day gardening and yeah. All the fun spring things. The chicken coop. Really pretty. Ooh, lovely colors. That lavender really got me. Lavender color. And the lavender, of course. And that's really, oh. I'm sure you've seen enough flip throughs of these, but isn't this pretty? Just stay tuned to my channel because I don't want you to miss out on this if you have not picked it up. It's a stunning set of sticker books. The restocks will be on the sticker books. I'm not sure if the covers will be. And the bundles were limited stock anyway, so I'm not sure they're coming back. I know that the sticker books will be restocked. So these are the washi strips and the pattern paper. Wow, how unique. I've not seen anything like this. And for June we have the summer and the beach and the girls. Haha, very true. And we have some tropical leaves and florals. Of course, we need our clusters and the boxes in all these summery colors. And we have these pretty alphas, all these pastel colors. that washi strip is amazing. Yeah, I love that water one. And we have the pattern paper. I'm not sure if you saw, there was a reel that Live Love Posh had shared, and she had cut down this. Then they combined all of these elements. I thought it was just so pretty. I was eagerly waiting for my book. And this is the last sticker set. I mean, this is the paper, but this is the last of the collection. And this we have a sheet of quotes. So that is why it has 61 pages each. And now on to the next half of a year. On to the second half of the year. Let's begin with July, and we have the 4th of July. Again, really pretty decorations you will have. I love that rooster all decked up. I love that. And the florals, that's gorgeous. Yeah, it's just one sheet. And for the next page, we have these. Yes. Lots and lots of spreads you can create with these. And we have the pre-made clusters. Again, I love that checkered pattern, that gingham. And this is the functional boxes, alphas and numbers. We have the washi strips, again, perfect for all your spreads. And we have the pattern paper, 2 half sheets. And we have these in half and half, and then this bottom half. On to August. This is really, really pretty. I love these. So this was some colors from that Spring Love sticker book. If you have not seen that, I did come and do a very pretty Dutch doll setup using that. And a lot of videos are on my channel with all the new sticker books that came out. So please check that out. And I really love to get creative with these, and that's why I have all sorts of fun things I get to try in the Dutch dolls. So this is the next page, and this I believe would be, yeah, this would be the symmetrical sticker. If you're ever wondering, just trying to help you out here. This looks like the symmetrical element of this, and if you look closely you will find these two are. So just look around, you will see that a lot of stickers have symmetrical elements, as in the orientation will be different but the sticker will be the same, so it's perfectly matched. So just stick it down and make your Dutch dolls as simple as that. Onto the clusters, really lovely, gorgeous summer evenings. I love that scene. Lovely. Functional boxes, alphas and numbers, washi strips of course, and we have some pattern paper to combine all the different elements you can think of, and that's September. So let me know in the comments which of these you think I will dive into first. So that's September. Really lovely, love that, especially with those lashes. So adorable. Yeah. You have some wreath, lovely colors. It's the traditional colors, but with a twist, you know, with those line art leaves. It's really pretty. And these are the pre-made clusters. I love those softer colors here. And you have the functional boxes, the alphas and the numbers, and the washi strips of course. Let's get to the pattern paper now. Really fun gingham, lots of those gingham patterns. October, some of the spookiness creeping in. So really fun, vibrant colors, especially the orange and black really makes the spread pop. I love those. And the clusters and some of the decorative boxes. And that is the functional set. More of those alphas and numbers and the washi strips. How fun. Oh, this is going to be so good, so good. And that's the month of October done. So let's move to November with a Thanksgiving theme. So we have the Thanksgiving table, the turkey, of course, and the whole place setting. And you do have some interesting lace edged stickers, the washi strips. So you have 2 sheets, 2 rows of those. And we have some of those floral clusters, the decorative boxes and clusters, not the decorative boxes and the functional clusters. 1, 2 just plain boxes, numbers and alphas, the washi strips. How cute are these? And the decorative paper. Lovely colors. And on to December with some snow and some gift wrapping and some board games and baking and some hot chocolate, and of course you have to have the nutcracker. A lot of gift wrapping items and the ribbons, the ornaments, boxes, the pretty boxes and the clusters, functional boxes, alphas and numbers and matching colors. Next we have the washi strips, and now we have the pattern paper. That's 1 sheet, and the second one along with the codes for the last 6 months of the year. So let me know if you happen to pick this up as it released. I know a lot of people did, a lot of people did not get to. And let me know which month you loved the most from both these sticker books. And please make sure you are subscribed to my channel so that I can update you as the restock happens. And please follow along as I get some fun journals pages ready using these. So as you can see, I have my B5 journal out and I'm using this July to December sticker book. Since we are in the second half of the year, I thought this was a very straightforward choice. And if you did not guess, this is the collection I'm going to use, the one for September, as we are currently in September. So I thought I would just get started with the season, even though I'm really tempted to go towards the July one. And I think I will have some of these matching colors. And these washi tapes are also from Live Love Posh. I'm not quite happy with that color. So I think we'll go with all these softer colors. Yeah, even the green looks very off, because these are all muted colors. And those girls are definitely symmetrical, but other than that, there is not many symmetrical elements. And I'm getting started with, this was the last setup using the chic, okay? That setup is already on my channel. This was absolutely lovely. And with these new set of pages we are getting ready, I will have pages ready for the whole month of September. So I'm just finishing off the month. And I already marked the number of pages I will need, because I usually like to have 1 page per day. And if there are decorations, I might take an extra page, because the Dutch stores, a lot of the pages sometimes cut off, which I'm okay with. And usually the journal lasts me roughly 4 months. And I have my usual tools, my essentials. And the B5 you are seeing is from Archer and Olive. And my code Priya10 can earn you 10% off at Archer and Olive. Mojo Jojo plans where those sticker books were from. I don't end up using it, but those are what I had within reach. So that's why they are put down under the journal, just in case you're wondering, to make it flat so that it'll just sit there nice and flat for me to work with. And getting started with the second last page of the pages I have marked. And that is usually where I like to start. But again, sometimes I do it from the front, which is also fine. And I thought that fox really would make perfect Dutch doors, so I'm just keeping those aside so that I don't end up using them elsewhere. And we also have this wreath. I mean, I could cut that inside portion and use it for something else, but I thought I will just leave it as such. And now let's get to, I would love to use all the elements in this new sticker book, including the washi strips and that paper. So you will see a couple of new things I'm trying here. So what strips would look best against these? So I think I will just go with this gingham pattern. And again, it has a good length. So since I do a bit of the trimming, I think I will have enough to use it in multiple places and not just here. And my gyro cut is the tool I really use very well, if you have seen that. And you see how you can cut it around the elements you already have going on. And I think at the very top, I will not use the washi tape, but instead, let's just take care of that. And then we can get to the other part before we cut off the page. And I'm using that washi cutter also from Live Love Posh to make it hang from the top of the page. So that would be our first Dutch door that I'm cutting out. And you see how quick and simple this is. And just using the scissors to kind of finish off those straight edges. And sometimes when I use the gyro cut, what happens is it just slides onto the paper backing of the stickers, and that's where it just refuses to cut all the way through. But with a little practice, I think most of it is taken care of. But sometimes, I think it's time to sharpen my blade or the tip, which let me know if you would be interested in seeing how I do that, because it's been a couple of years since I bought this gyro cut, and this, as you may have noticed, it gets used quite frequently. So no wonder the blade is starting to lose its sharpness. And that is our first Dutch door. We will come to the symmetrical aspect, but I think let's just do that part. That fox would sit perfectly there. That lantern also, even if it is not entirely symmetrical, because the other one was slightly different. And I think, that would, you see how you can make things work just to fill some of the specific shapes that are visible there. And these clusters are all pretty, so you can never go wrong with them. Am I right? Let me know if you have grabbed these sticker books. And if you have not, and if you are still keen on doing so, please keep an eye out for the restocks. It will be coming soon. And I know the sticker books will be, as I mentioned earlier. I'm not sure about the seasonal dividers and covers and the other inserts, but the bundles were really selling like hotcakes. So I figured that would be the case because those are always really, really popular because you do get a good deal with them, right? So with Live Love Posh, the bundles will have to be bought at full price because you do have a discounted price on the items already. And if you pick the items separately, then you get to use my discount code. And the tweezers again are some of my. It's actually one of my favorite planner or journaling tools because yeah, I'm trying to see what other black and white tape would look best. I think this one would because it is another pattern and I wanted something more than just the stripes. So this is a simple checkered pattern. And these washi tapes are all still available from Live Love Posh when I last checked. Again, I'm going to trim off right there as we go. And that will help me reduce a lot of the wastage because, yeah, sometimes you do have to do that. But if there is a choice of not doing that, I think I will do it. I did not realize that it was a bit crooked right about when I started doing the editing, which is fine. It's not a big deal. It's not the end of the world. I try to remind myself that it's just paper, stickers, and washi tapes. It should not be something that I lose my sleep over, right? So that's our next part of the Dutch door complete. And I think it does pull that Dutch door together. Yes, it does make everything pop. And that's one of the simplest tips I can give you. If you are working with softer colors, if you are not sure if they are bright enough, especially if you're someone who loves bright colors, I would suggest bringing in some black and white stickers or washi tapes to just make everything have a good contrast against. So that mug with those gorgeous lashes, I think people in real life had such gorgeous lashes naturally. I mean, you could get the extensions, but yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not somebody who is into makeup or into any artificial means at all because I love to keep it natural, keep it as close to nature as possible, minimal chemicals, be it on my face or even consuming any of the vitamins. I try to keep it as natural as possible. And with skincare, definitely. So, yeah. And with the natural features, whatever God has given you, that's what you have. So, I know there are lots of people who would disagree, but sorry that this is just my opinion, and I like to keep it as natural as possible. And that is the next Dutch door, and I would love that to sit right next to the wreath. But looks like I do go through a bit of a tug of war here because it is not coming down straight as I had to work from a distance because I did not want my head in the frame. And yeah, you must be thinking, what are you even doing? It's not coming down straight. I can't see properly. That's why it is. Yeah. I think that's enough of that part. Let's move on. So I had to come and edit some of that part out because I had to pull it closer and then line it up at the top. And now let us finish off this page. And I want this girl to be sticking out just a bit. And I don't want it to be too far up from the edge Again, that she just refuses to sit down straight. Luckily, she's closer to me, so I think it is better. And let's bring in this wagon. And we might need another element to kind of bring some of these colors towards the top as well. And did you see these boxes? I really want to use them all in here. Yeah, I think, yeah, that would look just about right. And now let's bring in the washi, keeping it a bit, yeah, some more. Those, yeah, that leaf would be, I think, good. And just making sure everything is hopefully lined up all well. And just only at that portion, and let's keep it at that. Let's trim off that washi tape going onto the wagon. And next we will have this Dutch door cutout. So let me know if you have a favorite color for fall. Are these your colors, or are the traditional oranges and yellows? And I know some folks love the burgundy, the deep burgundy that comes with all the change of colors in the trees. Yeah, I think that comes out as expected. That's nice. And again, in here, I think the wagon and the girl are kind of symmetrical, if you can say so. Yeah, the girl is definitely is. The wagon, I think, is a bit smaller, but I think we can make do with that particular shape. And we don't have the exact same matching swing, so we will kind of make do with what we have. And I think I will just trim a bit around the swing in here to bring in those looks. But again, it is not exactly the same size, so we have to kind of bring in some fillers. And just keeping it at that, the wreath, I think that does look good as is. And with 10 sheets for each month, I think you do have enough stickers to last you for multiple spreads. And this is going to be another fun theme. So every month you do have a full set of well coordinated elements, including the washi strips, and even the quotes are available to you. So I think it will be a good, interesting book to use. And let me know what your favorite collection from this whole set of two sticker books that came out. I know a lot of you were really, really excited when the sneaks started popping up. And Live Love Posh does an amazing job with the sneak peeks also. So they time it really well, and you have the spreads coming right after. And the next page, what would I like to use? So I thought I would like to use just the washi tape, so I started putting them down. And yeah, as you can see, B5 is slightly longer than these washi strips, but I think it does cover most of the page. And I have used the washi strips in a similar fashion in my earlier journal spreads, and it's easy to cover up that straight edge at the top. And that is the next washi I almost used. I almost started opening this set of alphabets, and then my attention went to some of these papers, which I would love to use. And instead of just, I'm just trying to see how fun I can make it look. This could be one option. It will be just, I don't like the straight edges sticking out of all these interesting edges and patterns going on. So I'm just doing something different. So let me just put that cutting mat underneath there, and I'm going to create a zigzag pattern. It's a free hand cutting that I'm going to do, and I might actually spell something on top. So why don't we just spell fall here? So I'll just take out the alphabets in a combination that I think will look good on that blue pattern paper. And again, I'm just mixing and matching the alphas. And then I have that kind of sorted, and I'll just place that for convenience sake. Sorry if you are having to cram your neck to see that. That's better. Yeah, just trying to make sure I have that placed kind of in a fun way. And now we'll just cut around that. Yeah, why don't I just move it closer to the edge so that I will waste the minimum of the pattern paper. And again, yeah, just trying to make sure I have that spaced well. That looks about right. And going with my gyro cut, creating like a zigzag pattern. Again, no straight edges. So we will cut somewhere around there. And so now we have this sticker, which is very, very usable right on the page. And this is something you could do on any paper, right? It could be a bit crooked, a bit slanted, but I think it's fine as long as the washi tape alignment comes out right. Yes, I think this combination is really nice. And let's trim around that whole sticker now. And you see how you can create all sorts of backgrounds and all sorts of patterns with it. And the gyro cut is your best friend if you do not know by now. And I have a tutorial. Yeah, so I think I will just move that washi strip a bit to the left because I want a bit more of that girl to be visible. Just trying to line that up perfectly against the washi tape we have. It does not even look as if there was a joint in between. And we will have the washi tape from the top also come in. And let me know how you're liking this setup. And if you like to see such fun setups and try new things, get creative, then please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and you turn on the bell notification so that you can be sure you would not miss out on any of the fun videos coming. And there are some new products coming, so you might want to stay tuned. And it is going to be here before you even know it. Just a small clue. And you see how I'm keeping it simple here, just with that washi tape and that assembled sticker that we made. And that is going to be, I think a bit of it goes onto the pattern paper, and that was why it had some difficulty coming off. And I just did not want to damage the paper. That could also be the reason why I did not put as much pressure. And that is our next Dutch door. And now the hard part would be trying to match that shape on the back page. So let's get right to it. And these are going to be, yeah, how about the leaf? The line art leaf, I think, would be really amazing against that pattern paper and all those letters. And now let's try and match the shapes we have in the back from all that cutting. And I'm just picking elements that I think will look good. And yes. And I do have full playlists of different themes, different sized journals, lots of creative stuff that I have done on my channel. And by the time you see this, I will be getting ready to celebrate my 2-year anniversary on YouTube. So there will be some fun changes coming, a couple of fun announcements. So please stay tuned for that. And yes, if you have not signed up for my newsletter, my very first one should be coming in the next couple of days. I'm not sure when you will be seeing this, but that newsletter will be going out very, very soon. And it will include some adorable freebies, some really functional stuff that you can use in your daily life. And it also brings things that people wanted from me. So I had done a giveaway a couple of weeks ago, and people wanted to see something specific. So I was accepting suggestions, and I really loved every one of those suggestions. And I did get a lot of input on what people would love to see from me. So I have started working on that, and my newsletter will definitely have something from what people wanted. So I have always wanted to give that back to the community. So some freebies definitely, and some useful tips to have your life organized, have it under control. So I think a few things are to be in place if you really would like that to happen. And that is our next and the last Dutch door on the right. And again, I'm just trying to decide where I should place it. But then I just thought that this cluster, this pre-made cluster with that lantern and the pumpkin, I think would be a nice way to finish off that bottom. And yeah, that was perfect. And let's see what color would look great there. Yeah, we can always come and add stickers on top, but for now, this washi tape would be ideal. Yeah, just as something to make that floral cluster sit. And I think that line art leaf was just perfect. And that is going to be, yes. So let's trim around that now. And just in case you did not know, for those of you who have been watching me for some time, know that I have a tutorial of how you can get started with this gyro cart. And this is something I had been using and loving, and people wanted to get some input and some thoughts on what they're doing wrong when they get started. Initially, it's just like any other creative thing. The more you do, it becomes more like a muscle memory for you. So just keep practicing, it will come. And that is our next Dutch door. And I have attached or linked, in fact, all the products I'm using, including the gyro cut, the tweezers, which, as you can see, is quite helpful for me. And I also have that paper clip, and that small scissors are from Journal C. Both of them are. So Journal C is another fun stationery store, fairly inexpensive. So please check that out. And my code Priya can earn you 8% off from Journal Say, and it is usually stackable on top of sales. So you have an amazing deal. And I'm just layering some of the elements from the page to bring in some of those clusters which need some more extra leaves to fill some of the white spaces we have. And I think that came out okay. I mean, even if we do not have that same cluster on the other side. And that's our Dutch door. And let's go ahead and finish that off with our washi. And I know this is not a straight one, but let's just go with how different and unique this is. So that's our next Dutch door all done. And we will have some more finishing to do on the right page, the rightmost page, and then we'll get started on the leftmost page. And the vertical Dutch doors are so much more easier, because easier in the sense it's a bit more work, but you do have the option of more elements being seen. So you can really get creative with your layers there. So that's why I thought the vertical Dutch doors were better this time. And let's just finish off this corner here. Again, the sticker just did not want to listen to me entirely. So I have, yeah, that's way better. And I will come and trim that corner just so that we will have that rounded edge. And you can do a corner rounder on the other pages if you prefer it that way. And let's now fill some of those white spaces, because I did not want to bring in another coat. And we will have, I think that's pretty much full right there. And now let's get to the left side of the page. Again, I need a cluster. And I think we'll just go with this one because it's nice and huge, perfect for that corner, if it will obey. So that is our, yes, the next one. It just needs to sit right at the corner. If I can have that lined up against the edge of the page. Again, you see that these pages, these journal pages, are really forgiving, and you have a good quality paper here with the Arch and Olive, nice 160 GSM paper, so you do not have to worry about doing any damage to the paper, even if you reposition the stickers quite frequently. Yes. So there goes our next coat. And I think the fonts on either side match. So that is why I thought having this one made sense. And let's have this one at the corner there. And this is, again, I'm just finishing off September. So I do have all my pages prepped for the month of September. And this journal would last me all the way until the end of December. So I'm good. I can just keep prepping the pages so that I will have something ready for use. I don't think I need both of them, but I think this one will be, yeah, if I can move it a bit more to the close to that cluster. Yeah, this can go here. Yeah, might need some repositioning. But I think, yeah, that small mug would look great there. And we also have a lot of the clusters that I would love to bring in. And let's now use the washi strips, the scraps from what we had. And it would definitely make sense that I have, yeah, just trimmed off the ends. And I think, yes, it can go right underneath that coat and make everything pop. And I think I will also move that mug on top of that washi strip. Yeah, because that would look better, right? What do you think? Do you like it without that washi strip there, or do you think it just makes everything else look better just with that small piece of that washi strip? Let me know in the comments. And I'm starting to assemble some of the clusters now. And let's move this pumpkin a bit aside. And I think I will just bring in another patterned paper here. So this time I'm using this scalloped edged circle, 1 3/4. I will link it for you if you're interested. And I'm just trying to keep it at the very end so that the edge can be saved and also the rest of the page can be used. And I will go ahead and take off the backing because sometimes it just takes a moment. And once you take it off, you can use it like a sticker. And I have it at the corner there, just forming a small cluster. And let me grab my Pigma Micron, and I'm going with, this is a size 10, and I'm going to outline those papers just so that it will have a bit more of a definition without the pen bleeding onto the other elements. And here you see how that outline gives it a bit of a definition. And I think I really love that. And now let's jazz up that scalloped circle just with some smaller elements and maybe a coat. Thought that looked good, but I did not like how it looked together. I did put it down, yes, but I'm on the hunt for something that will look better in comparison to what we have. The apple pie. Yeah, let's just put it back. I know that's not where it belongs, but it's fine. And I have these leaves. And I could have avoided or skipped this set of leaves entirely because the coat I want on top is going to cover most of it. But it's fine. It gives that nice background look, which I'm okay with. And now let's get to some of these longer boxes because I think on the top, yeah, so let's just move this cluster before we move to the top of the page and to the remaining pages. Do you like clusters in your planners or journals, or do you just keep it to minimal florals and whatever other decorative elements are there? I know it is not for everybody, so I'm just completing that cluster there. And let's get some of these washi strips, which again I'm going to make a slanted cut right on one side, and I will have that sitting at the top, and maybe one of the boxes I could add the date or anything of that sort. Later I will come back and we have that cluster there. And with these pre-made clusters, I think it's such a breeze, and you have all the pretty elements already pre-combined for you. And it's just a matter of taking it and putting it down just like a sticker, and you have a whole functional area ready for you. So that's our cluster. I'm going to combine a few elements here, making my own clusters, because why wouldn't we? Especially with such pretty elements. And I'm making sure that's hidden behind that layer in the back. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure it is, which it is. And what else? Let's just bring in that. I hope it's straighter this time. And with that small box of floral clusters popping out, I think it looks nice. And let's just have some more boxes here on the side. And because those decorative boxes are kind of on a muted side, I think you can still write in it and it will still be visible. Because since it's my journal, I keep it to very minimal black and nothing more fancy in here. So you can definitely experiment with different inks if you are somebody who likes that. A good deep brown would look nice. And even a yellow would look nice. I'm not sure how much of it will be visible. So that is, let's just cut this cluster so that we can have this one right here against that black, filling some of that white space. And what else? You could always keep on adding and adding and adding, which I sometimes tend to do, but this time I decided not to because we already have a lot going on. And if you like to see my older spreads, my spreads, even if they don't quite get YouTube videos, are on my IG. And please come follow me there. It's a fun community. It's a lovely, supportive community you can hang out with. And please check out the older spreads, the older ideas I tried before I got into the world of YouTube. And I thought I was done. And I also wanted to try and remove that, but then I think, yeah, it was stuck. So I would rather just leave it alone. And do we need something else? I am just making sure we don't. And I'm making some finishing touches because I think a pop of black is what they needed in a couple of places. So that's what I'm here for. Because on the right side, you do have a lot of these checkered pattern washi tape. And on the left, you don't have any. So let's just try and balance some of that. Please let me know in the comments if you like the spread without this last bit of washi tape or without that. And please check out all the videos I mentioned, along with all the shops and codes and all the useful stuff that you will need to grab everything you need. And thank you so much if you stayed this long. And please make sure you follow along for the restock, as I mentioned. And I think that came out much prettier than what I had envisioned. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in the next one. Bye.